In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create this cool animation from Iman Gadzhi's latest video. We are going to use Adobe After Effects for this animation, and without further ado, let's get it.
So you're going to create a new composition and you're going to make it 1920 by 1080 and make it 30 seconds long. After you've created your composition, I want you to import all of your assets.
By the way, you can download all these resource files in Keyframe Academy. Link is down in the description below.
Next, I want you to scroll through your video and find a specific frame and then duplicate it. After the duplicate, cut through the first part of the video and then freeze frame your layer. After the freeze frame, when you preview it, it has to look like this. Make sure you turn off your audio. It has to look like that. Perfect. So now it's time for masking. At this point, we're going to mask the layer that we just did the freeze frame on. Perfect. So this is what I need you to do. Go on the first layer, copy your mask by clicking aim and Ctrl C, then go on the bottom layer, which is the background layer, and Ctrl V, paste it. Perfect. So after doing that, I want you to bring the bottom layer above and then subtract. What we're trying to do here, we're trying to remove the background, so make sure you turn on the transparency layer. So after doing that, you quickly go on content aware fill and then remove the background. I'm going to link a full detailed video down in the description in Keyframe Academy. Perfect. As you can see, we have removed our object. We have a very clean slate background. Yeah, this is perfect. So now it's time to create the 3D camera. But before doing that, you can just preview it and you see that we do have a perfect clean background. Good. Perfect. So here comes the fun part, creating the 3D camera. So to create the 3D camera, you can do the shortcut, which is Control Shift Command, and then you set it on 50mm. From here, I want you to turn all the layers 3D, so you can do that by pressing F4 if you're on Windows and then turn everything into 3D. Through your timeline, make sure everything is perfect, everything is 3D, and pre-compose the two bottom layers, the background. We're actually doing this just to keep everything clean. From here, make sure you turn on the 3D on the pre-composed layer and press P on your keyboard and move the background as far as you can. After changing the x-axis, make sure you press S and scale it back. We are doing this just to create a very good dynamic between the background and the foreground. Now it's time to create our camera movement. Make sure you're on your frame that you would like. Press P and set up a keyframe. Move a few frames forward and change the Z-axis. You can mess around with these numbers up until you get to your specific point that you want to hit. So now you can preview your animation and make sure it looks good. And from here, we're going to easy ease our animation. And we do that by highlighting the keyframe, left click, keyframe assistant, and easy ease. After the easy ease, now you can write text on our frame. Perfect. So now you can click on your text and make sure you turn 3D. And now it's time to change the position of our text. Make sure you have it right behind your character. You can take your time doing this. I just want you to place it right where you want it to be. From here, I want you to change the opacity of the text because we want it to be revealing. We don't want it stacked throughout the whole sequence. So you can do that by placing T and doing the keyframes. Perfect. That looks so good. Now it's time for us to add in the flashes. Now drag the flashes onto your timeline. One thing to remember, make sure it starts on the freeze frame. Remember, you can find these flashes inside Keyframe Academy. So add them on your timeline and change the blending mode to screen. As you can see, that looks so good. What I want you to do is to go on the bottom layer, the background, and turn down the opacity right after the camera has just finished, because now we're actually going into another background, so we want to make everything look more dynamic. I'm going to link all the assets for the second background in Keyframe Academy. So now that you're done with the second background, it's time to add in one more flash, and yeah, we should be good by that. And we're going to still use the same process. We're going to drag that on our timeline, and with this one, since it's a flash, it's a white flash, I'm just going to do it the same way Iman did his flash. I'm just gonna mask it twice. Just like that. So as you can see, you guys, that looks so good. I'll link everything down in the description inside Keyframe Academy. So thank you.
Don't forget to subscribe and see you in Keyframe Academy.